The best way to make a great candidate experience is different than what most people think it is. So a lot of people will say, oh, I create a good quality candidate experience by saying things like, how was your commute? Can I get you some water? How are you today? Right? Which is chit chat. And chit chat works outside of the interview. It does not work in the interview. So the way to create a great candidate experience is by giving them a deadline as to when they will have answers. That's what's important to them. So the spiel that I give to every single candidate I interview after the first interview is this. Wendy, thank you so much for interviewing with us for the people strategist position. You will have an answer from us one way or the other by Friday at 5 o'clock. I will either send you an email that states we're moving on with other candidates, or I will call you and get you scheduled for a second, longer, more technical interview, but you will have an answer from us by Friday at 5. We have a great deal of respect for the people that interview for us. We know you need answers. We're going to get those answers to you. We just need to finish up our process, and you'll have an answer from us one way or the other by Friday at 5.
Okay. I wish you would have talked to my daughter's employers, because that was the experience she had, is zero understanding with what the timeline is.
Zero.
So you do that at the beginning of the conversation?
So what I tell them in the very beginning is I say, you will, before you get offline with us today, I will give you a deadline as to when you have some answers from us. And then what that does is it lowers their stress level, because this is the thing they're thinking about in the back of their mind of, oh my God, I'm going to interview with these great people. I adore them and I really want this job, and I'm never going to hear back, because we know that, right? So in the back of their mind, their biggest concern is, when am I going to have an answer? And so when I say to them at the very beginning, you're going to, before you get offline with us today, you will have an answer from us as to when you will have some answer, or you'll get, I'll give you a deadline as to when you have some answers. And then at the very end of the interview, that's the spiel that I give them, is you'll have an answer for Friday at 5, or Monday at 5, or Tuesday at 5, or whatever the company process works with. But it's no longer than 48 to 72 hours. So because it allows people, I'm sorry, Howard, I talked over you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, what it does for the candidates is it allows them to move on if they're not going to get this role, so that they can quit thinking about it and they can put their energies elsewhere, right? And what it does for the employer is it keeps your pipeline moving. There's all these other people that want to interview. There's all these people in various phases of the pipeline, and you need to keep on top of movement. It's important for all parties involved, and it's respectful. And so when you are respectful to your candidates, you will be shocked. I get thank you notes for rejection letters every week. My clients sometimes have gotten business from rejected candidates because of their ethics and their integrity by treating them by how they treated their candidates through the interview process. Now, let's talk about real quickly why we do not let candidates know, because